I am continuing my reading. What I'm doing in this series is to read through the entire standard works of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. This consists of the Bible, the Book of Mormon, the Doctrine and Covenants, and the Pearl of Great Price. I am reading in a chronological order of events, not according to publication or volume, so I will be skipping around a bit as I move along. Okay, this is going to be a very short video because I just realized that there are Joseph Smith translations for the first chapter of 2 Kings, which I did not read when I was doing that video. So I'm going to quickly, very briefly, go over them here. What the Joseph Smith translation is, this is an inspired translation or correction of the Bible done by Joseph Smith to restore those passages that had been lost over the years. So what we have here, this is the story of Elijah calling down fire to burn up the captains of 50 with their 50 who are sent to bring him into the king Ahaziah. And this is, there's one change, but it's the same change to 3 different verses. So in verses 10, 12, and 14, it says, "If I be a man of God, then let fire come down from heaven." In verses 12, "And the fire of God came down from heaven." Verses 14, "Behold, there came fire down from heaven." So very simple change on all of these is that it adds the word out of between down and heaven. So instead of came down, let fire come down from heaven, it's let fire come down out of heaven. And later on, "A fire of God came down out of heaven, and behold, there came fire down out of heaven." Now this seems like a very simple change, almost not worth making in the first one. Why did we change this? It could just be viewed as a grammatical change, an update in language, you might say. But I don't think I think there is a little bit more to it than that. And that if it's just fire coming down from heaven, then it's not as descriptive because it could just be a fire igniting on the ground. It could be coming from Elijah himself. It could be coming in various ways and still be from heaven. But if it's coming out of heaven, now we have a description of it's actually falling from the sky. It's not coming down from the abode of God. It's not that heaven. It's the sky. It is fire falling out of the sky. So it's a little bit more descriptive in my opinion. It clarifies this, that the heaven that Elijah is talking about is not where God lives, but the atmosphere, the sky above where the clouds are. Fire is coming down out of the clouds. If it was just down from heaven, it could have been in various different ways, because then as long as it would still be down from heaven, even if it was just him lighting a fire on the ground, because that could still be considered from heaven. And if it's from heaven to earth, then it's coming down. But if it's coming down out of heaven, then we know it's actually falling from the sky. It is coming down as a flamethrower is being shot from the sky to burn up these armies. It is much more, without this change, it could be easily said that Elijah just lit the fires himself and then called it out of, just like I said in the video on the Testament Carmel, that some of the pagan altars were set up so that fires could be lit in secret so that the people would think it was spontaneous. And if it's just down from heaven, Elijah could be doing the same kind of a trick and still call it down from heaven. But if it is down out of heaven, that doesn't work because he is calling it down out of the sky. There's no way he lit a fire in the sky and then dropped it on him at that exact moment. Getting it in the sky would have been impossible for Elijah in the first place, but dropping it on him would have just added to the impossibility. So, as I say, it seems like a minor change at first, but I think it is actually a significant change. So I'm going to leave that here, though, and we'll pick this up in the next video. Oh, before I go, though, I do want to mention, we're almost at 400 subscribers now. My goal is still 500 by October, but we're over 380, and I do appreciate it. It is fun. I check every day to see what's going on. I do try to make comments on not all the comments, some comments, there's just nothing to say to them, but I try to make comments on most of the comments. I try to reply to most comments. There is still the issue that some comments aren't showing up. I've gotten notices for comments that I can't look at. So it's YouTube still having problems, but like, subscribe, ring the notification, share, comment, all those good things that help the algorithm get the word out. So thank you for your support so far, and see you in the next one.